I don't know. I mean, it sounds like there are a lot of options I have. I'm still really confused about, what I should do.
Well, it's certainly understandable that you're feeling confused. It's a big decision to have to make.
Yeah, it's the biggest decision I've ever had to make, and it's, you know, one I have to make on my own. I have nobody to talk to about it.
So you feel like you have no one to talk to. Have you told anybody about this?
You're the only one who knows I'm pregnant.
Okay. What about the father of the baby? Is he in the picture?
No, Jason, we were only dating for a couple of months when I got pregnant, and he broke up with me about a month ago.
Okay. And you said you never told him about the pregnancy.
No, and I just know he wouldn't be happy about it.
Okay. What makes you think that he wouldn't be happy about it?
Well, he plays football, and he's got a scholarship, to a college, and I don't feel like he ever really cared about me, so I don't think he would be happy about me being pregnant.
And you said you haven't told anybody but me. Do you have somebody that you feel would be helpful with making this decision with you?
I mean, I think talking to other people would help me make the decision, but I'm really afraid to talk to them because, I've always been known as the good girl, and I just don't know, what people will think of me.
Okay. Let's explore that a little bit more. What do you mean by the good girl?
Well, I go to church every week, and Jason's been my only boyfriend, and I'm in the choir at church, and I get good grades, and I'm just afraid that me being pregnant is, people are gonna think I'm, a sleeping around, or a hypocrite for being this good girl, and then now I'm pregnant.
Well, it definitely sounds like you're having some conflicting emotions about what you're going through. What about your family? What is your relationship like with your family?
Well, I mean, it's like any other family, I guess. We argue once in a while, but I'm pretty close to my dad, and I have an okay relationship with my mom, and I don't know. I mean, they're not people that I would tell my secrets to, but we have a pretty good relationship.
Now, in the beginning of our conversation together, you were talking about. It sounds to me like you were saying that you're afraid that your parents are going to be disappointed in you, and you're afraid to tell them. Is that true? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my parents see me as this good girl too, and I mean, I just know I'm my dad's little girl. Like how I just know he would be upset if he found out I was pregnant, and I know they would be disappointed with me.
Okay. Has there ever been a time in your past when you felt that your parents were disappointed in you?
Yeah, um, I guess so. Like a couple of years ago, I felt that they were disappointed in me because my grades were pretty low. I was going through a tough time then, which they helped me through, and I think they were pretty disappointed when my grades were low.
Okay. And when they realized your grades were low, how did they handle it?
Well, they, called a family meeting, and we all went and sat at the table, and they talked about how important good grades are and the value of, really getting the best out of your education and the importance of going to college. And so, I mean, we just sat down and talked about it.
And how did you feel about that, sitting that family meeting?
Well, I thought my parents handled it pretty well, but I still felt that they were disappointed in me.
Mm-hmm. And how long ago was that when you had that family meeting?
Let's see, I was 15, so that was 2 years ago.
Okay. And how have things been with you and your family since then?
They've been pretty good. My grades are back up where they should be, and until recently, where you know, within the last month when I found out I was pregnant, I'm really having a hard time concentrating and doing my work, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's affected my grades yet. But my grades, have been pretty good, and I would say my family, we have pretty good relationships and everyone gets along pretty well.
Okay. Has Is your parents aware of the fact that your grades are slipping?
I don't think they are right now because it really hasn't reflected in, my overall grades yet. We still have about a month until the end of the semester, so um, I think they've noticed that I've kind of been in a daze, have had a lot of thoughts thinking about something, but they don't know, what I've been thinking about.
Okay. Is there anybody in your life that you feel comfortable talking to?
I mean, I have friends I feel comfortable talking to about other things, but I just don't know if I can tell them that I'm pregnant.
So, what do you think that I could help you with?
I guess I wanted to know, the different options that I had, and you gave those to me, and I just felt like I was about to explode, keeping this inside and not telling anybody. And so I just really felt like I needed to come here.
So, if you could go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow and a miracle could have happened overnight, what would that look like when you woke up in the morning? What would be different and how would you know?
Well, I think I would go back a few months and not date Jason again. I wouldn't be um, pregnant with Jason's baby. I would still be the good girl that everybody, thinks that I am.
What do you think about being pregnant and having sex means that you're not a good girl?
I don't know. My parents were just very traditional, and they don't believe in having kids until you're married, and um, all the kids at school call the girls who are sleeping around, sluts. So I don't want to be called that, and I don't want, people thinking less of me because I was only dating Jason for a couple months when I got pregnant, and I'm just, I feel like I will be humiliated. I mean, Jason's got a new girlfriend now, and I mean, what would she think? Or, he wants to, like I said, he's going off to college, and I want to go to college, and how am I going to do that with a baby? I just, I don't know what to do.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of things to think about.